everyone, welcome back to Dozen Cats Wellness Tarot. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Saturday. I am here drinking my tea. Well, it's half drank at this moment. It's very early. It's like 6:03. I want to try something different today. For today's reading, this is the wellness reading, by the way. So we've got the the intuitive life coaching oracle, the soul helper oracle, and the crystal intention oracle. We're going to sort of use this one last. We also have the light seer tarot. We're going to be doing a spread right from the intuitive life coaching oracle called the self-sabotage reading. And what I'd like to do is do this spread using all of these three cards to hopefully provide us with a nice overall reading. This is a really serious subject, self-sabotage. And so if you find that this reading resonates with you, or if you identify with elements of self-sabotage or know someone that does that, hopefully you walk away more informed. So with that being said, let's crack on. As always, my readings are meant to provide you with some pep in your steps, some food for thought, some gentle guidance, something to help you as you navigate along your path. These are general readings, so if it resonates, claim it. If it doesn't, leave it behind. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. I truly appreciate your support. Take another big sip of my tea. Before I forget, I just want to say, sorry I had to cancel my Wednesday live. I mentioned the other day that my dog, Rosie, did something to her paw. We weren't sure what it was. She sort of tore the part of the pad off of, like the skin off of one of her pads. And she was very itchy and uncomfortable and not at all herself. Anyways, we took her to the vet, and they claim that she has seasonal allergies, which, so she had to get a shot. She has special wipes for her feet. So we weren't sure if she could get in on Wednesday, and so that's why I had to cancel the live, so that I could have her ready for the vet if they called. I'm happy to report she's feeling much better, and so fingers crossed, moving forward, that she's okay. All right, here we go. Now we need 5 cards here. I'm going to flip this over so I can see how this spread goes. I'm just going to lay 5 cards out in a row. It's just easier to see that way, I think. Now, I suffer. Not always, but from time to time. Now, however, when my anxiety was very high, constantly self-sabotaging myself, and it's such a debilitating thing to do to yourself, and we know that. We know this. But when things don't go according to plan, when we feel like we've failed, we don't reach the goal that we set for ourselves, or the bar that we set so high for ourselves, or when someone else gets inside your head and tells you, you know, you're wrong, you're bad, that's when this self-sabotage really can take a hold of you and do quite a number on yourself. Because what it does is it starts, in my experience, a pattern. And that pattern that develops is the second guessing and the lack of self-confidence, the, you know, zero self-esteem. You know, your confidence, your self-worth, your self-esteem, it really goes, you know, out the window. And what you're doing is sort of forecasting for the future. This path of not only failure, but also this path of, you know, self-destruction. There are things that we can do, ways that we can help ourselves, tips, tricks, tools that we can implement and utilize to help us, you know, curb that reaction, that behavior, that pattern. And what's beautiful, if you get to that point, is that the first time that you know, have an obstacle or a challenge and you don't beat yourself up, you don't go down the self-sabotage rabbit hole, you immediately recognize that you have not done that, and you feel so differently, you react so differently in that moment and in future moments. It's almost like the problem isn't really a problem because we didn't react in the way that we used to, and it was the reaction that we had, i.e. the self-sabotage, that was the thing that made us crumble. So it's quite empowering if we can figure out how not to do this for ourselves. When I was first diagnosed with my anxiety panic disorder, I was quite happy to have a diagnosis. Because before the diagnosis, I didn't know what was happening to me. Of course, I seen counselors and therapists, as you do, and doctors, and, you know, had the support of my family and some good friends. And we've had 2 cards flip over here inside the deck. There we go. And I think that the you know, once I was sort of in a routine of getting assistance and support, I tried very hard to recognize, you know, when things were good, when things weren't so good, so that I could develop a, you know, a plan or a routine that would, you know, keep me on the straight and narrow, so to speak, to keep my anxiety low. And of course, we all go in, you know, a roller coaster sometimes when we're going through trying to navigate an unknown path. And when I realized that I was doing this self-sabotage, being very negative about myself, I decided, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. And I really tried to put my best foot forward. And the thing that I didn't realize is I had this thought in my mind that was the thing that really kept me going, that kept me, pushing forward and, seeking help, if I was being 100% honest, meaning my doctor, therapist, all that. And that was that I didn't like who I had become. I felt that I was a shadow of the person that I used to be. And what I didn't realize is in my quest to, shine a light on my shadow and let the old Kelly out, so to speak, that statement was so sabotaging to my person, to my growth, to my journey, and to my overall wellness, mentally, emotionally, and physically. I'm on the other side of that now. I don't think that way anymore. But it can be as simple as that. Just a thought that you sort of put in your mind that can lead you down a really, sort of negative path. So here we go, friends. So the first card is our limiting belief. Okay. So whether this may be where you are now, maybe this is, like that thought that I had in my mind. Okay. We have universal flow. It's time for you to slow down, breathe, and take time to smell the roses. Okay. Universal flow. We have a difficult path is being revealed. Ask for help and learn that we are all connected. So we're all connected with the universal flow, right? The energy, the time when we slow down and take stock of where we are, where we're going, how we're going about getting there, right? The individual steps that we're taking. How do we feel about the progress that we're making? Or do we feel we're making any progress? When we stop and we smell the roses, when we take time, when we do that inner reflection and that self-discovery, we can open up clear thinking, right? We can see the situation clearly or clearer. We have the World card here. I love to explain the World card this way, that if we can learn from our past, if we can take the lessons from the path or the past and implement them as we continue on our path, then we feel forward movement, right? We're just rolling along. If we do not bring the things that we have learned with us, then we feel like we're spinning our wheels. So we're not making progress. There's no movement. And I don't mean that there isn't movement. I mean, we don't feel like there's movement, right? The second card is our desire. So where do we want to be? Where do we want to end up? We have the Seeker of Truth. These cards have such beautiful colors in them. You can feel the hidden truth behind your circumstances. So you may not know. You may not know where you're going. You may not know how you're going to get there, but you know you want something better, something different, something not like this, right? Not like the thing. You want to move past it. So this is sort of that moment where you realize that you're stuck. That you want to push forward, but you're not sure how to do it. You just know you don't want to go back. This is what I call being open. This is what I call, seeing your, checking your blind spot. You know that this is the thing. You may not know what the rest holds, but you know you don't want to go back. You want to go forward. You no longer want to spin your wheels, right? This is beautiful. This is a beautiful moment. We have the time of guilt and shame ends now. What a gorgeous image. The time of guilt and shame ends now. Forgive yourself and begin to love yourself just as you are, the seeker of truth. Because it doesn't matter that you don't have all the answers, that you don't know where you're headed, you don't know how you got to be in the place that you're in, or the circumstances or the situation or the things that you feel that you might have done that made it be this way. None of that matters. What matters is that you've recognized that that is then, this is now, and I want to go this way. Beautiful. We have the Knight of Swords. Do you see what he's doing? He is running towards the bike. He is on a mission. He is being stealth. Nothing is going to stop him. He is dedicated. He is motivated. And he is ready to take action. He is on a mission. The Seeker of Truth mission. The third card is the obstacle, what we need to overcome or let go. Now, obviously, this is a general reading, so this is going to be different for everyone, but hopefully these three cards provide us with, an idea as to how we can do this for our own self, right? So we have an interesting card, Soulmate. This relationship is a match made in heaven. This is so interesting to me. What you need to overcome the obstacle. I suppose that this could be about friends, family, your spouse, but I feel like it's about yourself. Could be a spiritual connection, of course. Let's continue. We have re-energize in the natural world. Let your inner hunter or huntress take rest. So again, that theme of you're not alone, you're not, facing all of the obstacles on your own. You have help, you have support, right? There are people and places and resources that you can lean on, count on, bring towards yourself so that you're not standing there feeling alone. Now look at that. right? You see the two images? She has a sword, and she has the bow and arrow, or the arrows, I guess, in her sack that she's carrying. The Queen of Swords, right? Very analytical, very logical. She's the thinker. She thinks, and then she makes a plan, and then she executes the plan. Seeker of truth, which is who she is. So again, that card is the obstacle, what we need to overcome, what we need to let go of. It feels like an outdated thought, an outdated belief. So if my feeling is right, that it is a relationship with yourself, that you are not seeing you the way that others see you. You don't see the good, the positive, the beautiful. And this is asking you to provide yourself with an opportunity to sit and to think and to recognize and to realize who you are. Mind, body, soul. Because if none of these cards matter except for the soulmate. This relationship is a match made in heaven. You are the most important person to you. You must love yourself in order to convey love, in order to receive love. So the idea, the image, the concept that we have of ourselves, the belief that we hold about ourselves, is of the utmost importance for this to not be a thing that we deal with on a regular basis, or as intensely as some people have to deal with it, right? This is the coolest spread. I hope you guys are into it. I'm totally enjoying it. All right, card number 4 is the resistance, the changes that we need to make. Don't we all love these cards? All right, here we go. Education. Knowledge is power, my friends. Knowledge is power. Education is an important part of your soul's development at this time, right? Getting the resources that you need, whether that be, a book. Maybe it's your own journal. Maybe it's, conversations with your therapist, or, a medical professional. Maybe it's just one-on-one time with you in spirit. It's filling up your toolbox so that you feel that you have every tool, every resource, every advantage for you to set yourself up for success. The next card is you are experiencing a spiritual blossoming. Take a new direction and be open to new experiences. And I mean, how amazing is that? With this knowledge, with this new informed understanding, right? We now have a path. We now have a perception. Maybe that's it. Maybe your view has been changed, right? This sitting and thinking and appreciating yourself and seeking the truth. Now we have a new appreciation for ourselves, right? Because we've done that self-reflection. Wow. I mean, come on. The Page of Swords, literally, she's holding a book in her hand with light bulbs, right? That are sort of like balloon-shaped light bulbs, or light bulb shaped balloons, I guess is the right way to say it. This is gaining information. This is, gathering your resources. This is gaining knowledge and bringing that knowledge to you. Do you notice something here? We've got the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Page of Swords. And, that is your mental clarity, right? So the resistance part of this is to never give up gathering tools, information, resources, help, right? To constantly be on a quest to gather more, because knowledge is power. Our last set of cards, your potential. What you can achieve when you let go and allow yourself to move forward. Love this. We have generosity. Giving from your heart with no strings attached is what is needed now. I mean, I literally couldn't have picked a better card if I had have looked for it, right? This is time to show yourself love and appreciation, right? Like literally give yourself a giant hug and feel it, right? Enter the temple of your truth and learn to value it. This is what is important to you, your beliefs, your values, right? You deserve the very best. So don't settle for anything less by getting in your own way. And the Seven of Pentacles. I love this card, right? This is about investment. This is about patience. And this is about assessment. So he's planted this seed into the ground. And he's talked to it. And he's fertilized it. And he's watered it. He's gone out there and checked on it and did all the things that he could to set it up for success. So he has invested in it. And he comes out every day to check on its progress, which is the assessment. But this seed is on its own timeline. No one knows when it's going to sprout. No one knows when it's going to bloom. No one knows when it's going to be ready to be harvested. That's not within his control. So all he can do is be patient. And even Charlotte agrees. All he can do is be patient and wait for the moment that it happens. How awesome is that? We're just going to pull a crystal card here from the Crystal Intentions Oracle. Oh, I didn't show you what was on the bottom of the deck. We have the Nine of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Right? This is sort of like when you sort of experience this feeling, what can we do? Right? Sort of a summary, if you will. Nine of Wands, putting boundaries around yourself, protecting yourself. You're climbing to the top of the mountain and you're like 2 steps away from staking your claim and saying, I did it, I made it. But you're tired, you're exhausted. You are determined, though, to make it. So in order to sort of bring your energy back up, you put those boundaries around yourself to protect yourself, right? So that you can make it those last 2 steps. We have the beautiful stone hematite. On the front side of the card, it says calm hyperactivity, stay grounded and focused, repel negative thought energy, release annoyance and distraction, encourage inner peace and a quiet mind. On the other side, it says, it is easy for me to quiet my mind and maintain awareness. I can find inner peace. Isn't that what this whole self-sabotage is about? Is to have an awareness and to bring about inner peace. Because if we're peaceful inside, we're not providing a space where we can be negative and self-sabotage. Outstanding reading. I do hope that you enjoyed it. I do hope that it is helpful in some form or fashion. I thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. The Sunday Oracle message will be up tomorrow, and I will be back Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for our 3rd episode in our 4-part series, Turning Over a New Leaf. And then this Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, Tea Time with Ben from Beneficial Tarot will be happening. So I hope to see you in the chats. And until we see each other again, I wish you many, many blessings. Mwah. Bye for now.